Hi, welcome. How are you all? How are you all feeling? What's the energy? Whew, the Scorpio full moon that we just had. Oh my goodness. So much rebirth and transformation taking place, like for the collective. I know we are all feeling it, um, but I'm really excited about what comes after this death, okay, of the old. I'm excited about what's birthing, what's coming up for all of us. So much new life coming forth, and it's well deserved. So much goodness coming forth, and that is well deserved as well. So, you all should definitely be proud of the work you've been putting in because, um, yeah, the transformation is here. So, be open to receiving. So I'm gonna pull some cards to tap into the energy of the Divine Feminine Collective to see what it is that we need to know at this time to be equipped for what's next, and just tap into the energy to see where we're at right now. So, Spirit, Goddess, what messages do you have for the Divine Feminine Collective? What messages wish to come forth at this time for those that will be encountering this video? The Hierophant, and that is Taurus in the tarot, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty almost positive. Judgment. And Death. Can you make it up? You can't. Wow. It's all here. I could really be done. The transformation is here. Spirit is putting heavy emphasis on right now and going forward. There is no turning back. We are in a whole new timeline, okay? There is no looking back. And honestly, it's in the energy of if you look back at this point, you may get stuck back there, okay? Do not go back to things that you have been freed from. Look at how she's peeking behind this curtain. There's nothing back there, okay, but death. that has died. Let it go. Leave it where it's at. Whether that's thoughts, that's emotions, whether that's people, whether that's karmic cycles within your lineage, it's nothing back there. You have to close that curtain and look ahead, okay? Because there's so much greater. I'm getting so excited. There's so much greater ahead of you. And there's higher knowledge inside of you. You know, not every detail, but Spirit is guiding you, okay? Spirit is guiding you. And a lot of you are tapped into the divine. That's why you're here. So, duh. But leaving that old you behind is so essential, because it can really stagnate you and leave you stuck in an old timeline, and you can get stuck in that cycle. That's why when I said you may not be able to pull yourself back out of it. So please look forward. I know some things may be hard to leave behind, and I feel like some people may be tired of this message, of this theme of don't look back and, leaving the old, but it's so true. The messages keep coming up from different people in different areas because that's what it is. That's what it is. There is no turning back, because blessings are on the way, and you can stagnate your blessings by staying in places you don't belong, with people you don't belong, in energies you don't belong, even within yourself, okay? Your own energies. Staying stuck in your old ways of thinking and doing things that don't serve who you are now. So you gotta get the fuck out of there, that old energy, because greatness is on the horizon. Greatness is on the horizon. And you're being crowned in the spirit. Spirit is acknowledging how you're mastering certain things in your life, mastering certain levels in your life. And this is also bringing forth the rebirth and the transformation, the test that you've been passing. You're passing the test. And yeah, that's major. So congratulations. What else? What does the collective need at this time? Ten of Swords. Yeah. I'm not sure if you can see, but her fingers are cut off. Okay, so this energy, this is the end of suffering. This is the end of the betrayal. The end of the suffering, and she's trying to hold on, and it's being cut away from her, because that's the old. 10 is the end. That's the completion, okay? So like I said, let what died die and leave it where it's at. Give it a burial if you have to. The Queen of Swords. Yep. Direct with your vision, direct on where you're headed. You may not know all the details, so I don't mean in that sense, but being serious about what you know you need to protect. Being serious about not going back to anything that did not serve you, whether that's within yourself or with other people, your thoughts. No, cutting through any illusions. And the Two of Pentacles. So balancing the energies, right? Balancing all of this transformation that's taking place, because it can be a lot to take in, you know, giving yourself the time and the grace to integrate what's coming up. But do not look back. Do not go back to that old, whatever that looks like for you. It's no room for it. And you will literally stagnate yourself if you try to stay stuck to it. Yeah. The cycles have ended. Like I said, that's something worth being celebrated. Moving into new life. It could feel like you're juggling a lot at this time, but give yourself grace, okay, and space, like I said, to integrate and feel into the energy. Okay. Spirit, what further clarity or messages do you have? For the collective. The Star, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. Yeah, so some of you could also be welcoming in new union. That's exciting. It doesn't have to necessarily be romantic union or partnership, but aligning with your tribe, aligning with your soul family. Like, that's a theme right now too. Um, Aligning with people that you've wished for, that you've been hoping for, that you've been praying for. They are coming in. They are coming in. And there's going to be so much, like I said, harmony behind these new connections, these new relationships, and so much emotional alignment. So much emotional alignment. Feeling like it's been divinely sent and divinely guided, these connections, and it's because they have. Look at how their third eye is meeting one another. They are tapped into each other and in tune. That is what Spirit is bringing in for the collective. Aligned, spiritually aligned souls. And like I said, these are things that you've wished for, that you've been praying for. And it's coming forth. It's coming forth. Let's see. What else? What else? The Ace of Cups. Yay, the Death again. And the Moon. All right, so yeah, what's being hidden in your subconscious has also could be coming up. Okay, the parts where you realize you've been holding your own self back from the love, from the outpour of love, and from the outpour of genuine connections. You might be recognizing how you've been holding yourself back, living in fear. Your subconscious fears could be you could be noticing. I'm not saying you guys are staying in that energy, but you could have, with this full moon, have been noticing how your own subconscious has been keeping you in a loop, keeping you in karmic loops, keeping you in karmic relationships and places and with people and things that just don't serve you. So there is a major rebirth and transformation coming. Okay, so much is taking place right now where it's themes of like where you're doing so much internally and behind the scenes that when you really pop out, people are going to be like, wow, okay. Yeah, we are shifting out of that old world as a collective. Really let love shine through you and let yourself be loved upon. Let yourself be loved upon. That is where also your transformation lies. Allowing love to flow freely. Allowing the love to flow freely. Because Spirit really wants to align you with, like I said, partnerships. For some of you, it's a romantic connection. For some, it's like friendships, but really truly aligned people, because you've released the trash connections, because you released your toxic ways of thinking, of being. There is better coming for you, and an outpour and an abundance. Okay, the doors of abundance are opening. The doors of love are opening. Let's see, what else? Courage. lucky, and divine feminine. All right, so have the courage to stand in your truth, divine feminines. Have the courage to be you unapologetically, and authentically. Excuse me. But know that you hold the power within inside of you. You hold the power inside of you, and no one can take it from you. It's yours. Now operate in it. Okay? Have the courage to show up. Have the courage to be who you are. And there's blessings that come from that. There's blessings that come from that. And that's also how the people that are meant to find you. That's how you get in union with these aligned souls. That's how you get into union with the partnerships, the collaborations, with the business partners, with the aligned clients, with all of it. Have the courage, okay? Let's see. I'm going to pull a starseed message. What starseed message wishes to come out for the collective? What starseed message does the collective need at this time? Called Soul Gifts and Training. It's time to step up. Yeah. Let's see what it has to say. You came to Earth with a double mission: to grow as a soul and to bring about a shift in consciousness. The best way to fulfill these personal and collective purposes is to trust what it is that your soul is calling you toward, for it's encoded with the most direct path forward. Your soul has many unique gifts that it came here to share. Some you may already be aware of, others you're just beginning to uncover. You're being called to remember that your soul intelligently chose the perfect conditions to carry out your soul's missions and share your soul's gifts. If you're being called toward a creative project, a passion, or an adventure, this card is your confirmation that you're facing the right way and that this moment right here is destined. If you're feeling underprepared or thinking, who am I to do that? This card is guiding you to step up and leap. Have the courage, okay? And consider perhaps that your soul has been training for this moment right here for lifetimes. That is beautiful. So yeah, having the courage, right, to step into your gifts, to step into who you are, to step into all that you are, letting that old that's keeping you away from maybe being seen, keeping you away from stepping into your power, the rebirth, okay? Allow yourself to be rebirthed. Allow yourself to be born new, born again, okay? Because, like I said, new partnerships, new union want to take root in your life. And the old you just doesn't resonate with who you are now. So you have to step into the shifts. You have to step into this transition because your spirit already knows, okay, where it's going. Your body and your mind just need to catch up with that. So ground into the energy, integrate, do what you need to do, but come on out, okay? You are being called, and have the courage, all right? And like I said, there is a lot of blessings that come with being you, all right? Being you. So thank you all for listening, for joining. Like, comment, subscribe, engage. I really appreciate it. All right, so I hope you all have a beautiful, fabulous day.